Hi, I'm Randy Robison. Welcome to Life Today TV, special digital edition. I am here with Pretorius. Now, Peter and Ann Pretorius were the beginning of mission feeding for Life Outreach and for a massive outreach, not just through humanitarian efforts in Africa, but through all sorts of outdoor preaching and mentoring and just so many ways, too many ways to list. But on August 9th, 2018, Peter got called home by our great King. And as glorious as that is, it's still difficult. But we want to celebrate. Ann, good to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be with you, Ann.
You know, every time you've been here, it's been you and Peter.
Always.
So yeah. I know this is hard.
Yeah, it's after 30 years, yeah.
His new book, you've got right there, Death-Defying Faith, which couldn't have been more timely in retrospect, we didn't know.
Yeah.
He truly is one of the men that taught me how to think correctly about the world and about ministry and about the poor.
Oh, really?
More than anyone. And I don't know that he even meant to, but just being around him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who he was,
his legacy.
Randy.
Yeah.
It was just so real to him. He didn't have to preach it or put it on or motivate himself to do it. He lived it.
Yeah, he did. He did, and you know, his understanding of the situation and how to address it, to me, was really changed a lot. Now, I know you mentioned to me earlier that he has impacted people, pastors, children, people all over the continent, and you're hearing from them.
Oh yes, some of the most amazing stories of preachers who say, this man was a father to me. He nurtured me. He taught me so much, and like you've said, he helped somehow to enable people to adjust their whole outlook on things, the way they saw things.
Yeah.
And not because they got super religious about it, not because they always compared it to something specific that was spiritual, but because it was an understanding of the reality of how Jesus really sees the world.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what it is. How have you been doing?
I've been doing well. It's been really difficult though, because Peter's always been larger than life. And Peter and I did everything together, 42 years of marriage, where he always wanted me to be a full participant in whatever it was he was doing. And some of the things that he enjoyed doing, I did not enjoy doing.
Some of them were dangerous.
But they were extremely dangerous. And I would try and put the brakes on, but there was no putting brakes on this man. He was a true visionary and a man who, we used to tease him and say he's addicted to adrenaline, because he just wanted this incredible excitement in everything that he did, because that's how he saw life.
What was he doing when you met him?
He was in building construction when I met him. And then from there, we saved up and we went tobacco farming.
Tobacco farming, which today it sounds horrible, but back then, right?
Well, you know, it was very lucrative, but high in very, very intense farming.
Yeah.
And neither of us had come from a farming background, so it was
He
very
just took
unusual.
it on.
He just took it on because
that was it.
Everything about this man's life was to take on the impossible and make it possible.
And then is that, after the tobacco farming, is that when you got into the auto racing?
No, he did motorcar racing even before that.
Oh, you did before that?
And he was flying aeroplanes before that as well.
Yeah.
So he tried everything that would give him that rush, that fulfillment in life. And nothing did it until, and it's captured in the book, because remember, I knew the Peter before salvation. And we walked quite an interesting road on the tobacco farming and the different ventures that we took on, but nothing like the way our lives changed when we came to receive the Lord Jesus. And somehow that fulfillment was there for him. Because I guess on the continent of Africa, he had enough challenges to keep him really focused and to keep his faith focused, that he would make the impossible possible. And I think the greatest fulfillment in his life was changing the lives of others.
No doubt.
And yet, He never counted them up. He never captured the numbers, because it wasn't about numbers. It was about impact. It was about being able to really touch the heart, and he evidently touched your heart as well.
Absolutely.
And I don't think he set out to do that. I think he just loved people, and in loving people and accepting people, they felt comfortable with him, and they opened their hearts to hear his way of interpreting the value of their life to him.
Where do you see things going now for all the things that he basically put in place?
Randy, it was amazing, because I always used to say to Peter, you know, I could never walk in your shoes. If anything were to happen to you, what's going to become of this? And he would just smile and look at me and say, you don't realize how strong you are, do you? And he would never put the obligation on me that I needed to take a leadership role, but because he said he would always want to protect me from that if that's not what I wanted. But the moment he passed, there was this amazing drive that came on me with such determination to see this work multiply and increase. And I realized the true value of a very strong foundation that he built. And after building that foundation with him for more than 3 decades, we've got an amazing opportunity to build and expand on both the gospel work and the humanitarian work. And it's all about touching lives. And so I'm really excited, because our children are participating, our team are really behind me, and I see this going to the next generation, which is really what Peter wanted.
Yes.
And as it does that, with the multiplicity of gifting, I see the expansion and the multiplication that he dreamed of in his heart.
Couldn't have said it any better. I would encourage you to get the book called Death-Defying Faith, The Life of Peter Pretorius. I can just tell you it'll bless you, because he blessed people in whatever he did. And also, you can meet a couple of Peter and Ann's children, Isak and Jackie. They are on the Life Today program, the broadcast show. So I urge you to go online at lifetoday.org and check that out. And bless you. We'll be praying for you, because I know how it is when you lose someone. The grief comes and goes, and you're laughing one minute, crying the next, and that's all
so
good.
True. Yeah.
That's all good. But we appreciate you and your family and everything that you guys do.
Thank you, Randy. Thanks for being that to us.
Thank you for watching and sharing this interview. Be sure to check out the social media for Life Today Television, and you can connect with me on Facebook and Twitter. And if you haven't already subscribed or followed this channel, do it now so you can see more of our great guests.